Forrest Gump, that, you know, terminal feel. It's a film that is a heartwarming film that takes a lot of twists and turns, and that's very, very nice. His style, that he likes to do those type of movies that have a human element to it. And that's why I'm reading when we were first talking about it. That's why, in my opinion, it was like his name came up right away, because this is right in the genre, right in the style that Tom Hanks likes to work in.
Yes. So that's going to be the question I'm going to ask you, and you're going to give that answer you just did.
Well, he's filming already, so it's okay.
Is he already?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Doing the.
Yeah, because some of this stuff, because you always cut it out.
Maar heb je al gewoon gefilmd toen hij aan het praten was?
Echt? Of course.
Because you can always use clippets of this stuff. It's perfect.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah. Exactly. With the digital age, it's too easy to throw stuff away if you don't need it. It's not like you're burning film.
Als je het thuis hebt, you get so much footage.
That's the opposite end of it. It's like you have so much, like, now what do we use?
Maar heb je ook dat ik die vraag stelde?
Ja.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I mean, the other thing too about Tom Hanks is it fits in, say, like The Green Mile, where it has that heartwarming message and stuff in it. But the difference with what we're going to do is we're taking the human element. We're taking you as a youngster. We want to show your life that led up to that. It's not starting with the prison and stuff like that. So first half of the movie is just getting to know Frank, getting to know the character and stuff like that, and why you were in that situation to start with. And innocently enough, you got just placed there.
And when was the first time in the book, which chapter around, that you were thinking, hey, wait a minute, this is going this way, this genre film? Where did you feel that it's, looks like a Tom Hanks movie?
I think because we talked, before I ever read it, we got to talk a little bit.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew the story already. So as I started reading it, I was already able to jump to the end. And the audience is not going to be able to do that. But because we had spoken beforehand, I already had a pretty clear vision. It's like, I know where this is going. So immediately, like, it's like, Tom Hanks, this fits so well, because this is the kind of character he plays, whether it's a Forrest Gump, whether it's,
it don't have to be Tom Hanks.
No, it doesn't have to be.
But somebody who can play that kind of character.
It's also, I mean, it also falls in the line of a Steven Spielberg and stuff like that. You look like Schindler's List and stuff like that, where they're going through and they're documenting this guy's life, that he was saving the Jews and stuff like that. It's the same style of film. It's that same heartwarming film, but the ups and downs are what makes a difference. And in your case, it's a lot of ups and downs.
Yeah. And what I really love the most about reading your script, now the first draft, is every scene starts with when I'm laying in the isolation cell, and that guard behind that glass wall is watching me and thinking. And the moment he thinks, I think about my childhood, about this, and that's what you really...
That's exactly it.
Exactly in the script.
Well, and that's what I want to feel, because I don't want to make this look like a documentary. And if we do it in order like that, where we're showing that, it becomes a documentary, and it's not as nice. The story is you in prison. It's how, and we start with you in prison, and then how did you get there? And then we start interjecting these things as we go along. So by the time we get to prison, you already know the prison because we saw it from the first scene.
Yeah.
It's just the progress to get
People
there.
start to get to see
know.
how it lead up for me ending up there.
And it also makes them feel bad for you because you're there wrongfully.
Yeah.
And if you just went into prison, every prisoner is going to tell you they're innocent. You know that. So we see the progress. So the audience knows you're innocent.
Yeah.
You knows it's been a setup. Yeah.
But how I came in that situation, I always say, I'm not innocent. I'm innocent of, I was not guilty of the charges they lay on me, but I'm guilty of getting there.
Yeah.
That was my mistake by how I handled life. And when it became too much in life, I made the wrong choices.
Exactly. And in your case, you're not proclaiming that I'm innocent. It's like, guys, you have not allowed me to present the evidence to show that I'm innocent. The system is wrong and they've wronged me.
Yeah.
That's your stand. It's like, it's not like jumping up there. It's like, I'm innocent. It's like, no, the system failed. The system failed badly and you were set up.
And I'm not the only one.
No, exactly.
That's what we want to show the world.
That's exactly
The world has to show that something can happen and you know what happened, but still there is no outcome. The outcome it should be.
No, that's exactly it. And how long did it take before they were able to right the wrong? It took you having to testify against another prisoner for them to turn it around. And it wasn't even then they didn't look at the facts.
Yeah.
It was more like, oh, well, you helped us, we're going to help you.
Okay, we're going to help
Yeah.
you. So
And
go
that's,
home,
so they didn't correct the problem.
but still no judgment.
No.
Still, there is no judgment.
Yeah,
And
and
I
it-
gave up.
Exactly. And then they erased it to try to cover their tracks.
Yeah.
But the problem is nothing has been fixed.
Yeah.
The system is still, to this day, the system is still wrong.
And no, it's funny that a guy with no arms and legs, I saw him on the television. Who put me on to write Tractor in a Dream? He told a story. I thought, wait a minute, I've got that kind of story.
Yeah.
It's different because I've got arms and legs. And that's also now a problem.
Yeah.
Because nobody can see what I've been through to write this book.
Exactly. Well, and your handicap isn't the fact that you're missing limbs. Your handicap is that you were set up and you weren't allowed to be heard.
Yeah.
They wouldn't listen to you. No matter what you said, no matter what you presented to them, they already made up their minds.
Yeah.
And that happens.
And
Every day.
because of that, I know I lost it. I lost it completely and I gave up.
Yep.
And that's so beautiful that we can show the world I gave up, but still something beautiful happens. Why I came out.
Yeah.
And that's always possible that you can come back for everybody. But you have to keep living another day. You have to keep alive.
You have to keep that dream alive.
Yeah.
You have to keep that.
And that's why I wrote the book Tractor in a Dream, because I think so many people at the moment don't have a clue.
No.
They know, I always say the story you tell yourself about yourself when nobody's listening.
Yeah.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
But are you living that story?
And this is the trapped in a dream. You're trapped in the prison.
Yeah.
But people that can relate to this don't have to be in prison to relate to it.
No.
You're trapped in something else. You just don't have to be behind bars.
And so many people living in a prison with the door wide open.
Yeah.
They can go out, but they are afraid to get out
Afraid to-
or
yeah.
to be who they want to be.
Well, they're afraid to speak out. They're afraid to be judged. They're afraid.
That's what I really see in movies of Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
That he always had that kind of problems. And he always have to survive those things and get out or, change. And there are so many beautiful moments.
And I think that's why I keep going back to Forrest Gump, because Forrest Gump was doomed from the day he was born, pretty much. And he never gave up, and he kept going, and he succeeded with this. And people still didn't believe in him, and they succeeded with this, and he still didn't believe in him.
Yeah.
He believed in him. And that's all that matters, is you got to believe in yourself.
Yeah, and that's what you really need. And that's what we want to show, that you never know where it comes from. For me, it was that guard who was watching me all the time. And he wanted to know, what's in your head? Where are you? And that's the beautiful thing.
That's exactly it.
And I can really see Tom Hanks, Tom Hanks playing this.
Exactly. And even though, he can't play you as a young you, but Tom Hanks would be that guard.
Yeah, he can also be
He could be that guard that turned your life around.
who turned my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
That'd be so cool. As a great little cameo.
Yeah. And reading your script, oh my God, I can see all the scenes. And you read a book also already in scenes.
Yep.
That's why you make those scenes. But now I can also, when I was writing the book, I all the time thought, every chapter, oh my God, this is incredible. This is a scene. This is a movie.
Yep.
And I always thought it's going to be a movie.
Yeah. And that's maybe because of my history, because I've got so many movies behind me in the 40 years doing this. As soon as I read this stuff and as soon as I talk to you, I'm envisioning this as a film. I'm not reading this as a book. I'm envisioning this as a film. So my head works differently. So right away I'm thinking, I visualize it. Okay, hey, this is seen like this. And then all of a sudden we go to here and we go to there. So I think just differently.
I heard it already from 600-700 people who bought my book. It reads like a movie.
Yeah, it does.
And that's what I was thinking. But you telling me this is completely different. Because now I can see, where we go through.
You made it easy because you laid it all out. So it was easy. The hardest part for me, bringing it down so it's not a 16-hour movie.
I know.
Because it could easily be. It could easily be.
A series.
Yeah, we can easily make it a series and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The only reason I would say stay with a feature film is because the way we started, it would have to be restructured completely.
It makes more impact.
Exactly. You'd have to start it based around the prison and then start doing flashbacks, and then it's been done so many times.
You can make a head movie and then maybe something after it, or
that's exactly it. Yeah. I mean, and they've done both ways. You've done from a series to a movie, and they've done movie to a series. It's easy to do it back and forth, but you need to know the story before you go into a TV series thing,
storyline, because
you have to know where you're starting. And if not in a series, you have to set that up. Okay. And in setting that up, where do you start? The obvious place is in prison, but then it's like you start jumping around. It becomes flashbacks. It becomes a little bit. I just don't think it has the impact that a film would have. A film would have the definite impact, because then we can jump around a little bit more. We have a little bit more freedoms with stuff like that. It's just, like I said, it's the hardest thing is keeping it under 5 hours, 6 hours, because we can go on. We can go on with this forever.
149, and they say every page is 1 minute.
That's about it.
So,
and I brought it down to that. I was trying to get it under 140 pages, for the mere fact I want to keep it right around the 2-hour mark, because that's long enough where you don't kill the audience. Yeah. Nobody wants to sit in the theater or sit at home watching a movie on TV.
And it's funny that people say the moment I start reading, it's like sitting on your chair and coming into the TV. You want to know where it goes through. Yeah. And that's so funny when people say that to me. But it's like reading.
This could be impactful at 2 hours, 2.5 hours, right in that range. Yeah. Because it keeps you drawn in. Yeah. And you want to keep learning more. You want to find out what happens, especially when you're growing up and then you get set up in Australia and stuff like that, the prison. Now it's like, where's this going? Where's it going? Is he going to be trapped in Australia forever, or have to serve his term? So once you got that hook in him, and he's in prison because we start in prison, but people are going to want to know more. They're going to love the character. They need to love the character. That's what's important. And again, Tom Hanks. Every character he's played, you love him.
Every time. And watching Tom Hanks movies is always, there is something always that attracts you, that always gets you in, and you start thinking, and that's what we want. Yeah. We want to give people a way out of the prison they live in.
Exactly. And this really falls along the terminal. I love the movie because of that exact thing. His character is doomed. Again, the Forrest Gump. He's stuck. His prison is the airport. So again, here we go. He's in prison.
In your own story.
Exactly.
So many people know what they want, but how can they become the hero? Yeah. And there's a chance. Keep hanging in. Keep hanging.
And I think if he looked at the book, or he looked at the screenplay or something like that, or even the pitch decks that we're going to put together, that it's going to draw him in. Yeah. Because it's exactly his style. Yeah, it's really right. It's right in his lane. It's exactly. It's meant for him. It really is.
Yeah, and he can help us with finding the right persons and everything. And the management team is so big, and he loves to do that. And of course, I want to give you the honor to do it. But if he wants to do it, you're fine to be second chair or whatever.
Who am I to say? It's like, no, I'm sorry, Tom Hanks, you can't do it. No, that'd be silly. But between the two of us, we know the story obviously, but because I've dug into this so much, and I have the filmmaker mentality, that even if I wasn't in the person in the chair calling the action bit, I know enough about this now that he doesn't have to keep coming back to you. It's like, what about this? What about that? I already know the setup. I already know how it wants to go. So whether I took over second unit, whether I just did the stunts, whatever it might be, or just stayed on as a creative producer, I think I've had enough time with you now, a year plus, to get into your head and know exactly your life, how you function, how you work. You know, I can tell your story as well as you can. Yeah.
All the building up to
Yep.
the lost moment.
Exactly. I think I can tell your story as well as you can tell your story,
I think
but from a different perspective.
really close.
Yeah, from a different perspective, because
Yeah.
you obviously lived it,
Yeah.
but I'm living it through you.
It's really fun. I think that was great, Chuck, talking about this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, I agree.
Thank you.
Oh, vergeet op record.
He always does that. Oh, forgot to push the button.
Okay, and take 2.
But you pay the drinks. And we can do it again.
Exactly.
Because he knows everything to say, and I know exactly what to ask.
We'll take that beer bottle back in and the beer can and we'll see if he can refill it.